Scanning the Airspice FAQs turns up the usual idiotic inquiries that, unless you're still sucking your thumb while squatting in a bag of your own excrement, you should already know the answers to. But then I come to question: can I bring my firearm and ammo on board? On the surface, it looks like another plain stupid question with an obvious answer. Are we really supposed to believe that people ask that question at all, let alone frequently? For the sheer hell of it, I click on the link to see the response. I love it to say, "Oh, don't be so stupid." Well, of course it didn't say that, but it didn't say no either. Yes! Seriously, yes! Unbelievable! Yes, you bloody well can! What, the FAQ? PacknoPhobia, a prequel by Phil Wingfield. Southend-on-Sea, September 2012. Sitting at home and booking an internal flight from Delhi to Varanasi. More new operators spring up every time, and I know nothing about them. Air Deccan, Go Air, Airspice, they are all probably fine airlines, but I'm not familiar with them, and I hate flying at the best of times. Airspice looked to be the cheapest, if not the most convenient. But as long as they stay aloft and land in the prescribed manner on a runway, all will be well. Okay, nearly all. Along with not face-butting the seat in front at 900 kilometers an hour, I have another important concern, and that's hand baggage allowance. Why is that a concern? Well, I'll tell you. Or we could just forget the entire thing. Nah, I'll tell you. Every time I fly to India, I take all my camera equipment on as hand luggage. It's the one thing I can't do without. In the hold goes my clothes, toiletries, bug spray, tropical disease prophylaxis and all stuff like that. Things I can happily carry on without. But lose the cameras, it's over. May as well turn around and go home. My cameras and associated accoutrements are heavy. They always exceed the cabin baggage weight allowance, which has led me to hone my check-in act to perfection. Making it look as if my bag of bricks is actually filled with crisps is second nature. As long as the dimensions are in the accepted range, no one ever checks the weight. However, these smaller Indian carriers are unknowns, and if my cameras go into the hold, it will be the last I ever see of them for sure. Trawling through the Airspice website for info on hand baggage allowances turns up nothing. Like many airlines, the site isn't all that intuitive, and, as is so very often the case, all roads lead to the FAQs. I'm not too fond of the FAQs. And when I say not too fond, what I actually mean is hate and despise with a passion. I have never found anything useful in them. No question of mine is ever frequently asked, or asked period. Personally, I don't think these questions are ever asked, and the airlines or whoever make them up. And the fact that a lot of them are just plain stupid is not because the people are just plain stupid, even though many are. It's the various companies assuming we're all just plain stupid, which is just plain stupid. So you always find the most inane crap, such as, question: do you have enough parachutes for every passenger? Question: can I open a window for some fresh air? Question: is there a pool on board? Question: can I bring my llama into the cabin? Question: which is the largest, my shoe size or my IQ? Of course I made these up, but the actual questions can be just as ridiculous. Scanning the Airspice FAQs turns up the usual idiotic inquiries that, unless you're still sucking your thumb while squatting in a bag of your own excrement, you should already know the answers to. But then I come to question: can I bring my firearm and ammo on board? On the surface, it looks like another plain stupid question with an obvious answer. Are we really supposed to believe that people ask that question at all, let alone frequently? For the sheer hell of it, I click on the link to see the response. I love it to say, "Oh, don't be so stupid." Well, of course it didn't say that, but it didn't say no either. Yes! Seriously, yes! Unbelievable! Yes, you bloody well can! What, the FAQ? Oh, but don't worry, they're not silly about it. They only permit the one firearm and they limit your ammo. Well, that's all right then, isn't it? Yes! Seriously! They don't say whether it is cabin or hold baggage. I would assume hold, but then I assumed the initial answer would be a categorical no. Yes! I still can't believe it. Yes! Jesus. I have visions of sitting in an aircraft full of Pathan Klansmen waving enormous rifles in the air while the stewardess desperately begs them not to fire in the cabin and might just take the train. Or walk. Yes! Seriously? Yes, mad. For God's sake, guns in the cabin. It's insane. I mailed the airline and asked about guns, ammo, and hand baggage limits. But they must have filed it in the CIQs that completely ignored questions. Well, obviously it was fine. The flight wasn't bulkhead to bulkhead gun-toting lunatics. And the hand baggage thing, that was fine too. No one checked anything, and we walked straight on. No one seemed to notice or care. They never do. I don't know why I bother to look, let alone worry. PacknoPhobia was written and read by Phil Wingfield.